The following is a presentation of The Day.
Titan versus Titan. The best of the best on the big stage. East Catholic has been one of the state's best teams for years. Perennial state champion contenders and three-time champions under head coach Luke Riley. Big, talented, they are young, and they will have to solve the Donovan dilemma. Donovan Clingan, UConn committed, is 7 feet of basketball misery for opponents. Last time they played, he had 33 points and 26 rebounds in a 1-point overtime victory. Add guards Victor Rosa and Damian Glasper, and the Rams are ready to stake their claim as Connecticut's best team. Can East Catholic find a way to solve the Clingan conundrum? Or will the Rams prove too tough to tame? It's Titan versus Titan. East Catholic and Bristol Central. The Day Holiday Classic, and it's live on Game Day on thegay.com. The crowd filters into the Mohegan Sun Arena for what, by all accounts, is a clash of the Titans. The #1 Bristol Central Rams, led by UConn-bound Donovan Clingan, takes on the #3 East Catholic Eagles, and it's all live on Game Day. Of course, it is Game 2 of the Day Holiday Classic. Waterford High School, the winners in Game 1, and Sports Doctor, this one is really what it's all about.
Yeah, these are the big boys, Casey, as they would say, and all the hype around Donovan Clingan and Bristol Central's preseason #1 ranking in the state, and rightfully so. In East Catholic, in a program that is no stranger to being #1 themselves a time or two, and getting a chance to talk to Coach Luke Riley before the game, he flat out told me, he says, I asked him, I said, do you kind of feel like the underdog? And he says, yeah, I do. He says, for the first time in a long time, we've got something to prove here. They graduated 4 starters from last year. They're going to go through some growing pains, and they like this role. They like being the underdog. They like putting a chip on the shoulder. They lost to Bristol Central last year at the buzzer, in a conference tournament game. But I think the coach-em-up mentality is the approach that Luke Riley has. And I asked him, I said, is your team going to be really good? And he said, yeah. And I said, this year? And he says, we're about to find out starting tonight.
Well, it was a few years ago, Bristol Central, it started to emerge as a team along with East Catholic. Those games were epic. We saw East Catholic a few years ago against Windsor.
Yeah.
They were the #1 team in the state at the time. And we're used to East Catholic, multiple state championships under Luke Riley. But this is a whole different animal. Donovan Clingan headed to UConn, the presumptive player of the year in Connecticut. He, as I described in the open, 7 foot of basketball misery for his opponents.
That is one way to put it, no doubt about it. And for Bristol Central, they're prime. They've got 4 starters returning. They only go about 7 men deep, and figure things out after that. But if there was a season that was going to be returned to normalcy after COVID and whatnot, then this was the year that Bristol Central was going to shine. And why not, with one of the marquee players in the state, and and a real good supporting cast around him. So, one team coming in feeling confident, the other team playing a bit of the underdog role a little bit.
Well, a couple of storylines to follow in this one, aside from Donovan Clingan, is when do you have the Connecticut Basketball Player of the Year and the Connecticut Football Player of the Year on the floor on the same team? We're talking, of course, about guard Victor Rosa, also headed to UConn, and it's really Rosa and Damian Glasper who are the machine that makes them go, and they open things up for Clingan. But the story is, for many of you who know, that Donovan lost his mom to cancer. His mom, Stacy, who is the leading rebounder at Bristol Central. And Donovan is 16 rebounds.
Could get it tonight.
Shy of her record. So what a night it would be. He mentioned it. Here at the Sun is where he hopes to accomplish it. If he can get 17 rebounds in this one, he will be the all-time leader, eclipsing his mom, his late mom, something that I know is very meaningful to him. But he said it. A state championship is what, he has eluded him, right? So it's great. It's great that he's off to UConn, and it's great. But he wants that state championship.
Yeah, he's got a chance to get a little taste tonight playing at the Mohegan Sun, and I'm sure that, these young men want to be back here in early March playing for the big state championship. And, get yourself used to the floor a little bit. Get yourself used to the layout. And it's a special game tonight. And, for East Catholic, how fitting is them to play the underdog? When have you ever heard that?
Well,
in the last few years.
When they only have one senior, you look at their roster, and Coach Luke Riley is excited.
Yeah.
He's got a player, 6'6" James Jones. Now, I want you to link James Jones to Tom Brady in less than 3 moves.
James Jones.
James Jones is the nephew of Tabucky Jones.
Oh, there you go.
Who played for
right.
Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
There you go, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So Jones is a young emerging player as a junior. They have some size, but very young. They're talented as heck, but they're going to be going up against the immovable force of Donovan Clingan as well as the general experience. So Bristol Central, not deep, but experienced.
Right.
East Catholic, not experienced.
You're going to see a lot of double and triple teams tonight from that East Catholic defense. Coach Luke Riley said we will throw all bodies we can at Donovan Clingan.
Well, we are seconds away from introduction, so let's turn it over to the voice of the Tip-Off Classic, Bill Glennie. So
he's there.
We're waiting on him though. He's over there.
He's there. Yeah.
I don't see him, so we'll talk for a second. How do you go about defending a guy like Donovan Clingan?
Oh boy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mohegan Sun Arena for Game 2 of the Day Holiday Classic featuring the Bristol Central Rams and the Eagles of East Catholic. Holiday Classic shirts are available for purchase on the concourse, and we'd like to thank tonight's sponsors: Waterford Dental Health, Orthopedic Partners, Scion Federal Credit Union, and Connecticut Capitals Baseball Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, the CIAC has made a commitment to promote sportsmanship in all athletic contests. Please show respect for all players, coaches, game officials, and spectators. Anyone violating our standards of sportsmanship will be warned once, and continued violations may lead to removal from the contest. Please cheer for your team and not against your opponent. Your officials tonight: Dave Cruz, Tim Viveris, and AJ Janelli. Fans, we begin with the preseason #1 ranked team in Connecticut, the Bristol Central Rams. Wearing maroon jerseys with white trim, they are led by Coach Tim Barrett. Put your hands together as we meet the starting 5. Starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 3, Victor Rosa. Starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 5, Damian Glasper. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 11, Stephen Alsef. Starting at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 30, Carson Rivora. And starting at center, a 7'2" senior, number 32, Donovan Clingan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the number 3 ranked East Catholic Eagles. Wearing their white jerseys with blue trim, they are coached by Luke Riley. Make some noise for their starting 5. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 1, Luke Riley. Starting at guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 2, Alan Wright. At forward, a 6'5" junior, number 10, Rob Elliott. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 11, Sam Riley. And starting at forward, a 6'6" junior, number 22, James Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem is being performed by the Ledyard High School Chamber Choir under the direction of Melanie Cometa.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Fans, we direct your attention to the big board to introduce tonight's players.
Jason Dominguez, Southside Elementary.
Victor Rosa, the Southside Elementary School.
Michael Allen, Southside Elementary School. Damien Glassford, the Southside Elementary School.
Trey Blair, Hubble Elementary School. Steve Elso Jr., Otello Magnet School.
Zachary Vaness, John J. Jennings Elementary School.
Mason Stokes, O'Connell Elementary School.
Aaron Brown, Pitkin Elementary.
Harrison Ross, West Bristol.
Jelani Walton, Ivy Drive School.
Dylan Brown, Southside Elementary School.
Carson Rivora, the Edgewood School.
Mike McMahon, St. Joe's Catholic.
Donovan McClingan, the Southside Elementary School. Julius Powell, Stafford Elementary.
Jason Van Beveren, West Bristol.
John Manuel Gomez, West Bristol School.
Preston Fowler, Maple Street.
Luke Riley, Corpus Christi School.
Alan Wright, Trenchkid Academy.
Matt Morgan, Let It Fly Elementary.
Mason Cottrell, aka Wings, Takeoff Academy.
TJ Jackson, Showtime Elementary.
Rob Elliott, Farmers Academy.
Samson Riley, Buttonball Lane.
Trey Thompson, VI Montessori School.
James Jones, Shannon Harhead, New Britain.
Josh Harris, Big Guard Academy.
JJ Hay, Porter.
Leandro Sanchez, North Windham.
And you see there, UConn-bound Donovan Clingan, 7 feet of ill intent as he is ready to take on A very game East Catholic Eagle team, and it's a lot of size, a lot of athleticism out there. Let's have some fun sports talk.
Let's go to town, 1 versus 3.
Hey, congratulations, 6'5" Rob Elliott. 6'5" is tall. Take a look, folks, because like I said, Dunham and Klingen makes tall people look not tall.
I was at the UConn game on Saturday afternoon when they played Providence College, and Dunham was there, and all 16,000 went to their feet when they got announced at halftime.
7 feet is like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Everyone thinks they've seen it, but you know it when you see it. Wins the tip.
You're going to see a lot of zone defense and a lot of fronting and a lot of backing of the big man, who will probably touch the ball almost every single time down the floor.
Baseline. Rosa comes out of the pack with it. Looking for Klingen. He's got position. Kicks out. 3-ball, first of the game, in and out. Good rebound by Jones.
Bristol Central, a little man-to-man D.
Elliott. 3, no good, back iron from Riley. Underneath, and a bunny missed, and another bunny missed. Good idea. That's going to be a turnover. It's going to go over to Bristol Central.
The aggressive play early on the offensive end from East Catholic. And again, that underdog mentality that Luke Riley brings into this game. It's hard for me to even say that, but they are going to play aggressive basketball.
Alself and Rosa, along with Glasper. 3 guards, trying to get the ball inside of Klingen. They got double team on them, which you'll expect for most of the game. Dump into Klingen, great position. Little jump hook, well defended and off the back iron. Kicking it back out, East Catholic will run their set. Allen Wright with the basketball. Riley drives baseline, kick, 3-pointer from the side is buried. First triple of the game by Allen Wright. Dump in Klingen, he's got great position.
That's tough. That is tough.
He gets the ball there, you can't do anything about it.
I think you see a lot of driving, kicking, and a lot of 3-pointers tonight from East Catholic.
Back iron, no good. Rebound, Rosa. Up ahead. East Catholic will set. And a 3. Buried from Glasper. Wright dumps down Riley. Looks for a screen, gets it. Heads to the basket, pull up, fall away. Short, and Klingen with the rebound. Alsef pushing it up.
Bristol Central quick to get the ball up the floor. They like to pass the ball up the end lines. Casey, nice job by East Catholic getting back on D.
3, got it. Glasper knocks down the triple.
Nice heating up. Back-to-back triples for Glasper.
Right, good decision.
Got away with a walk there.
And Riley was the dog chasing the car. When you catch it, what are you going to do with it? He drove sort of aggressively to the basket and found himself in a position. What are you supposed to do there?
Well, bailout call that time on Klingen. Thought Riley got away with a walk coming on down the lane. That's what Klingen is saying.
Listen, I know the kid's name is Samson. So he's not afraid of the lion that is Donovan Klingen. And all around the rim, and it goes. It looks like Bristol Central wants to push and then settle.
Yeah, they push up the sidelines. Settle, wait for the big man to come in. Get your spacing on offense. Spot your shooters up along the floor. A little pressure here for East.
They like to break the pressure by going up top to Klingen. That time the guards took care of it. Now it's dumped inside. Jones gets a hand on it. Alsef, kick out. Glasper, athletic, no. Klingen with the follow, yes. Jones, step back, no good. Klingen with the rebound.
Yeah, Bristol looks to push. East gets back on D, set back into the zone.
Another dump down to Klingen. They got a double team. He spins into it. Little running hook. And that is pretty much anytime he wants it.
Yep.
In no man's land was Riley. Now, jump shot from the side is knocked down. Nice one. Elliott from the corner.
And a timeout by Luke Riley off the make. 12-7.
I look at Klingen sort of like I look at the ground attack of a good running team. You got to be willing to give up the yards and not the 3 balls. I think once he catches it in the paint, guard the shooters.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're going to give up those baskets. Where they're dangerous is where he kicks out and they nail those 3s because everyone's trying to collapse on him. Now, if you can keep him out of there, great. But once he catches the ball in the middle,
you're just not going to keep him out of there. Like you said, Glassbar's got a couple of 3s, and if these guys get cooking from the perimeter, it's an impossible team to defend. So you want to give him 40, and then everybody else 12.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You're thinking about it,
I think the 3s are where you get in trouble against a team like Central because, he's going to let him go for 35, but you can't let somebody else have 7 threes in the meantime. And I like the pressure. You got to try to create some turnovers in transition. Up high, Klingen. Puts it on the floor, nice cut. And there's that turnover coming the other way is Catholic. And Klingen says, you ain't coming in here. I appreciate Riley. Riley is not backing away.
No, he is. No.
Sam Riley's a sophomore. He is not backing away.
Not on my watch, is the big fella.
Quick trigger 3. Good. Riley knocks down the 3. Rosa, quarterback, heading to UConn, now dumped into Klingen. Hounded, multiple guys.
Sanchez, a little muscle out there. It's a tough cover.
Yeah, so we saw Leandre Sanchez. He's going to rotate bodies in there, but, he's 6'1". He's wide, but, that's giving up a foot. I have a feeling his job will be to gain. You go
just
foul.
Lean on him.
5
times. 5 fouls, yeah.
You got 5.
That's okay.
Nice cut. Can't finish. Klingen, rebound, and a putback. How do you solve the Donovan dilemma? Riley, nice pump fake. Gets the soft touch.
He's played well, hasn't he?
Sam Riley, the sophomore.
He will rise up and hit that shot. And East is going to have to shoot from a high percentage from the floor to even stay in this game. And so far they have.
Rosa dumps it down, Klingen, looking for a cutter. Instead, steps back, trains a 17-footer.
All right.
Right now, Danny Hurley's going, yeah, excellent.
Good D.
Back up top, run the offense. Allen Wright with the basketball for East Catholic. Riley squares up, 3-pointer, no good. We're going to get a moving screen on James Jones. Ball will come over to Central. Rosa will get a breather, and coming into the ball game, Aaron Brown.
Klingen has scored the last 8 points for the team. He has 10 overall in the night. Tough place to pick up the dribble.
Yeah.
And timeout.
So Aaron Brown, the senior, picked up the dribble in a lousy spot. Allowed East Catholic. Now, this is in no way a comment about Bristol Central. I'm going to focus on East Catholic. East Catholic, when we saw them play Windsor a few years ago, Windsor, I think, was a more talented team than them.
Yeah.
They had East Catholic had Matt Nolan, Yale-bound, great player.
Right.
But I thought Luke Riley had that team as well coached. We talk about Bill Bassett and what he does with Waterford.
Right.
The East Catholic runs everything.
They know how they run man, they run zone, they trap. They are so well coached.
Situational basketball to a T.
And that's what's going to be, I mean, that's what they're going to have to do. That's a good example. You get an opportunity to trap a kid, I mean, every chance you can. Because, honestly, Klingen is that difficult to overcome.
Trap in the corner, drive and kick on the offensive end, hit the outside jump shot, and play hard. Like Riley is there.
You love coaches' kids, don't you?
Oh, my God.
Klingen demands it at the foul line, gets it, spins, strong, left-handed finish at the rim.
That's a drop step. That's a big man move from a big man. Scored the last 10 points for the team.
Riley, 3-ball, no good short. Klingen with a strong rebound. Up ahead, Alsef will push. All the way to the basket, Alsef hangs. And we're going to get a blocking foul on the floor. And Alsef will go to the line and shoot 2.
Foul will be on Luke Riley with the block.
So Alsef, senior.
That was going to be on the floor. They're asking, and it is going to be shooting or on the floor.
So, you know, difference of 2 teams. Bristol Central starts 5 seniors, right?
Right.
Add to that Klingen, right? On the other side, no, 1 senior. And you can see East Catholic trying any number of things, right? They tried in the beginning, fronting and doubling him. Right now, they're just trying to figure out what is the best approach. I mean, how do you get him into a position? And on offense, like you said, they're going to have to knock down 3s. 7-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Bristol Central. Jones, nice look. Kick out, now driving to the basket. Was right, back up top to right. Bounce pass. Nice disruption by Klingen. Up top, 3-ball short. Klingen tips it to himself, gets the rebound, and Bristol Central will push.
Easton and man-to-man now. They come out of the zone. Man-to-man defense with a lot of help.
Offensive foul. That call is going to be on, looks like it's called on Alsef. His first foul.
Not sure about the call. Off the ball.
Yeah, East needs a basket right now. Catholic needs to come down, get a good look, get a spot-up shot. Lob into Jones, kick out, Riley. Luke Riley, kick back out again now, very deliberate.
Good
Riley,
defense that time by Brown.
Look for right, 3-ball, no good. And what a tip at the buzzer! James Jones, what an athletic move, 19-14. Let's take a look at that.
Jones. Up high, the tip at the buzzer. Perfect.
Well, he cut the lead to 5. We're coming back. Second quarter action. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
At Orthopedic Partners, exceptional care and treatment is our top priority. We provide high-quality, state-of-the-art services and treatments for the comfort and satisfaction of our patients. If you have questions or would like to schedule an appointment, contact us today at 860-889-7345 or at orthopartners.com. All that's good begins with a smile, and your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing the personalized, gentle care you deserve. Commitment to our patients includes information that leads to more informed decisions about their oral health needs. We hope you'll find this website both useful and interesting. Contact us today at waterforddentalhealth.com. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more.
5-point Bristol Central lead at the end of a quarter, and Donovan Clingan putting his impact on this ballgame.
Yeah, 12 points and 6 rebounds for the senior. Casey leading the way for Bristol Central. Riley with 7 points. Sampson Riley with 7 points. And Jones with 5 rebounds leading the way for East Catholic. You know what, and I like the aggressive play by East Catholic. They can find a way to knock down some triples to stay in this game.
James Jones needs to step it up a little bit, and that was a great play at the end of the quarter to cut it to 5. Now they have the basketball.
A little high screen pick and pop that's going to free on the three-point line.
Riley, pump fake, baseline, knocks it down.
Good move.
Yeah, Sam Riley can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, that's a good move. A little jab step, little pump fake, gets the defender in the air, knocks it down. They will have to make a lot of 14-footers and a couple of 24-footers to stay in this game.
And you see them going out on Glasper. They're not going to let him hit those threes. He comes off the screen, pump fake, jump shot, knocks it down.
Tough.
Yeah, Damian Glasper's a good shooter.
Yep, it's tough.
Riley, well defended from Alsef. Drives, try to pass it off.
Yep.
And
there's Alsef on the back end of the Klingon disruption.
now it's dumped down to Clingan. He spins, left-hander, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
You know, Casey, big men today in today's game are almost non-existent, but this kid he's got great footwork. He plays extremely well with his back to the basket. He can square up and hit that little 12-footer we saw. Extremely athletic.
And the thing I like about him is he's able to run the floor. You know, so many times the 7-footers, the way to beat him is to beat him up and down the floor. Well, he's running the floor, you know, and he's beating other people down. Trayshawn Blair into the game for Bristol Central. He'll give Alsef a break. Clingan knocked the second one down. Lead is 6. Riley found himself in the unenviable spot. Kicked it out, 3-pointer, no good. Rosa with a rebound.
Spacing on the floor for Bristol Central.
Yeah, space it out, figure out what defense they're playing on the big guy, and then give it. Glasper gave up the 3, drives, hangs, lefty flip. A little fancy from Damian Glasper.
Yeah, he's tough. Couple triples, couple trips to the rim.
Straightaway 3 from Riley, back iron, no good, and up top goes Clingan, but he loses it. Stutter step, Sampson Riley, back out for 3, no, that's long, Clingan rips it down. So tough to generate offense against Bristol Central with active guards. Glasper for 3, got it.
He's feeling it. That's his 3rd triple tonight. Coach Luke Riley wants to call a timeout.
Lead is 11, and that's the, you know, do you want slow poison or quick poison?
No, pick your poison. How about that? But, you know, Glasper is a kid that show you the ability to take it to the rim, come outside, leak out, and hit the triple, and all the attentions to the big man. He is playing well for East Catholic.
It just looks so easy on the offensive side of things for Bristol Central because of what Clingan brings to the table. They've always got an offensive option.
8-2 run for Bristol Central in the second quarter. 7 of the 8 points by Glasper, a free throw by Clingan. And there you go, you send the lead up to 11 points. It's 13 points for Glasper, so you talk about a double-headed monster. You're going to give Clingan his, but nobody else is going to get a taste. Well, you know, Glasper not only has a taste, he has a bite of the pie.
And that's such a challenge. That's why Bristol Central is so difficult. You mean, Glasper gets to the rim, he knocks down 3s, and you never have no option.
Right.
There's always a shot, because Clingan can catch it at the foul line and just turn and shoot it.
Yep.
So, bigger than on the defensive side of things, Catholic's got to figure out ways of getting some good offensive looks that isn't just Sam Riley squaring up and shooting the basketball. I think James Jones really needs to find a way to get into the offense. Speaking of Jones, stutter step now, swing, Riley for three, short, and Rosa quick to the ball.
Got some wheels, doesn't he?
That's why he's heading to UConn as well. Nice pass to the cutting Carson Rivera.
Yep. And that's the push off the miss, the push up the floor, creating a mismatch, giving yourself some numbers.
Good kick out. Three is short, but a nice follow underneath from Sanchez. Catholic being very aggressive with Klingon, and he misses a little bunny hook, but nice rebound.
I go right back to him.
Wants it, they do. He spins, and he'll get a foul on the floor. Now that time, that's where I think he actually should have recognized where the body was. He spun into
the pressure.
There was nothing left. If he had spun left, he had a dunk. You know, I think he just had to feel it out a little bit. In the game for Catholic now, 6'6" freshman Preston Fowler. Also in the game, 6-foot senior Matt Morgan, the lone senior on the team for East Catholic. Rosa dumps it into Klingon, kick out to a cutter. Weak side block, nicely done.
Good defense up front by Fowler.
Riley, Sam Riley, double team underneath, and underneath missed the freshman Fowler. Fowler very active underneath, but Klingon with a rebound.
Yeah, he's gonna give Riley some good minutes out there. Sure, a little frustrated after missing the bunny. A 6'6" freshman knows some good skill set. Oh, that's a foul.
Gonna get a foul on the floor, they're saying. No shot.
Was that right? Rosa looks like a football player, doesn't he?
He's
hey, tough kid out there.
Solid.
Yeah.
A little high-low. Klingon trying to slide down instead. Rosa for three. Back iron, no good. Look, rebound from Fowler. And Sam Riley will push. Nice backdoor. Oh, Klingon. That was just not nice.
That's tough.
Not nice.
That's tough. Look at this. There you go. Turn the corner. The delivery and the rejection.
There are block
shots. And the stare down, the boot.
There are block shots and there are rejections. That was a rejection. Morgan for three. Knocked it down.
Clean look that time by Matt Morgan, senior guard, 6-footer.
Here's that time, right? 3 minutes, 8 points.
3 minutes. This could go to 12 or it could be down to 6.
Glasper, pump fake, baseline, no good. Rebound, Morgan.
Had a shot there, he gave it up.
There goes Fowler, floater. Klingon got a piece, and it tips it out to Rosa. A little sloppy down there. And on the end line is Elliott. By the way, do you know this? Both Glasper and Rosa are lefties.
I did, yes.
A left-handed backcourt.
2:37 left to go in the first half. 8-point lead by Bristol Central.
Tough turnover right there for Catholic because they had a chance to
get this thing down to 6 or maybe 5 with a three-pointer.
Good minutes from Leandre Sanchez. He'll take a break.
A little sloppy the last 2 minutes on both ends of the floor for both these teams.
This is big this is a big lineup in the game for East Catholic. They got Fowler at 6'6", and Elliott at 6'5", and Jones at 6'6", all in the game at the same time.
Yep.
Little smack talk going down on the baseline, too. Glasper for 3, no good. Klingon takes it, follow, no good, and a strong rebound comes down to Jones. Morgan for 3, short. Weak side rebound by Alseth. That would have been a big 3. Cut it to 5, it was just short for Morgan.
Big man's calling for it. You got to give it to him.
Rivora can't get it to go. Klingon got a piece of it, and Rivora tips it back out. Now it's dumped into Klingon. He spins hard and going to draw the foul as he got to the rim.
You know, is it easy for a big kid like that to get frustrated because he almost getting hammered every single time he touches the basketball?
Yes.
I'm not saying getting hammered, but he's got a lot of bodies coming at him and a lot of people swatting at him. You think it's easy for him to get frustrated?
I not only do I think it's easy for him, I think it's justified, and I'll tell you why. He talked about it, you know, in our segment on him, how when he gets to college, you know, the bodies get bigger, the players get more athletic, so he won't be the standout guy. Well, in some ways, that evens the playing field for him.
Sure.
Because at this level, quite honestly, people are going to hit him, and the ref's not going to call it. They're going to hang on him because it's almost like two sets of rules because of how physically dominant he is. Knocks them both down.
3 out of 4 from the free throw line. A little timeout here by Bristol Central.
Lead up to 10. But I do think we see it, you know, in all youth sports. It's almost like the biggest kid gets penalized. Because he's so much more physically dominant than the other people. So it's almost like an unintentional leveling of the playing field. So it's hard not to get frustrated. That being said, I think he does a great job of playing within himself.
Yeah, holding his composure, not overdoing things, playing within his game and his skill set, and his skill set's very good. But it just, again, you see the big guy and a lot of people coming after him in different, different areas. He has had no field goals this quarter. 15 points, 9 rebounds.
So he's 7 rebounds away from tying his late mom's rebound record. Now, I do want to say this. I want it on record that there was a dunk earlier in the Waterford-Ledyard game than there has been in the Bristol Central East Catholic. So we thought there would be a bunch of above the rim play here, and there has been, but they've done a real good job keeping Klingon away from the actual rim.
Well, I think if you're rotating 2 or 3 different bodies, you keep them grounded a little bit too.
That's a great point towards that.
You don't want to let him operate one-on-one. When you operate 1 against 3, it's tough to play above the rim.
He's pretty close to a drop step and just bring it on the rim.
Sure,
So that's where that frustration. First chance he gets,
and he will do it.
He'll bring the house down. Right, gets a screen, pull up, jump shot, no good. Klingon tips and credit. I believe we got a credit.
Rob Elliott on the putback that time. And Elliott's going to body up with Klingon down on the other end. He's hanging around. I get Elliott. Elliott's going to get called for the foul. He's just way too much pushing underneath.
Klingon will go to the line. He'll shoot 1-on-1.
And again, you talked about this. Luke Riley's got a couple of guys that you can use all 5 fouls. Just keep leaning, just keep pushing, keep shoving, frustrate him a little bit.
Yeah, he might make 20 free throws tonight, but he's going to be at the line a lot.
Right.
Speaking of those bodies, we got one of them checking into the ball game right now. Josh Harris, the sophomore, listed at 6'2", but that's an offensive lineman.
He sure is.
You talked about the evolution of the 7-footer and how we don't see 7-footers that play around the basket. They all want to go out and shoot it.
Shoot it, yeah.
Well, you can see, though, this is a kid who has worked on
the jump touch.
Yeah, worked on the shot.
Good touch.
Because when he does go to the next level, he's going to be expected to make that shot. They're going to expect him to be able to go away from the basket as well. Lots of stutter steps. Wright says, I'll give it a try. Klingon says, yeah, well, same result. Up ahead, Rosa. Looking for the lob. The Klingon, it was a little short, and off of Riley, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Central ball. You know, all of the Bristol Central kids want that lob. They want to get that dunk.
Throw it in. Bring down the house.
You know, it's in their minds as well. East Catholic has done a great job. Alseth for three. Good.
Tough. Free ball from the corner. Spread the floor, knock it down.
Riley, kick out, swing. Pump fake now, Riley drives baseline, hangs, Klingen with another block. You go in with a tree and you get the branch. And almost 12 seconds remaining, 13-point lead for Bristol Central. Catholic trying to get one last shot here. Riley wants a screen. Riley gets a high screen, swings to brother Riley. 3-ball at the buzzer, no good, and at halftime it's a 13-point lead for Bristol Central over East Catholic, and things going the way of the Rams here in half number 1. Sports Doctor will have Coach Tim Barrett here at halftime. Sports Doctor.
All right, Coach, up by 13, headed into the locker room. You happy with the pace and the tempo of the first half?
Yeah, tempo's all right. We got to do a better job on the defensive glass. We've given up 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's resulted in 10 of their 23 points. We got to fix that in the second half. We're doing a good job on the first shot. We're not finishing the possession. We got to do a better job finishing the possession in the second half.
You guys have a lot of people contributing out there, hitting 3 balls from the corner. Good team play. Keep it up in the second half a little bit.
We moved the ball great. I thought we stalled there a little bit in the second quarter. We played a little bit of selfish ball just for a couple-minute stretch. But other than that, I thought we played, 12 to 13 good minutes there in that first half. So,
all right, good luck in the second half, Coach.
I appreciate it.
All right, Case.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. It's tough when you're up that many points to find something to be upset about. But it all starts with the big guy. And, he's had a rough time, lost his mom, looking to move on to UConn. The road ahead has been paved by the people behind him, Donovan Klingen.
Donovan Klingen has gotten used to being the center of attention.
I've been tall my whole life. When I was in 8th grade going into high school, I was about 6'8", 6'7", and I shot up to 6'10", 6'11", going into my freshman year.
With that height come the inevitable looks from people wherever he goes.
Yeah, most annoying thing ever. But I just try not to let it bother me, let it annoy me. But
on the basketball court, he's subject to a different kind of attention from opposing defenses.
Pretty physical. I usually get teamed up with 2 to 3 guys on me. So I'm pretty banged up and bruised up after games. But it's just gonna help me get stronger and better for the next level. Because there's gonna be the same way, but bigger and stronger people on me.
Klingen's unique combination of size and skill could have taken him down any number of paths for high school, but he chose to stay home at Bristol Central.
I'm pretty loyal to the school. One of the biggest reasons I stayed at Central is because of just like a family atmosphere, and I support all the sports teams. Go away games for soccer, all sports. Football games, I was at every one. Just supporting, because those are all my best friends, all my brothers. So just being there for the school and supporting to get the students and everyone else involved is big to me.
He made a similar choice, staying close to home for college.
The biggest reason for me going to UConn, I just felt like, I walk on campus, and it just felt like home. It just felt right. I feel like the opportunity, everyone, I would go around to, say the mall, and, it's just a bunch of UConn fans there, come on, Klingen, stay in state, stay in state, the state loves you. And it's just, stuff like that, just to not have a state, behind my back, it just means a lot to me, have the support from everyone, all these local UConn fans. I go to the game now, the games this year, and people asking for pictures, and that just means a lot for me.
All that attention comes with a good deal of pressure.
He wants the moment. He's never been afraid of the moment. I think there's a little extra pressure when you're the homegrown, probably on both him and Coach Hurley to find success. If he's sitting on the bench in the state of Connecticut, that's not going to be okay. So there's added pressure to both. But I think Coach Hurley and Donovan are going to both feed off that together.
Just to be able to have the opportunity that I do to go there and, help impact the team and that school, and just I'm going to work hard and to be the best player I can, and hopefully bring back a national championship.
But before any of that, there are still things left to accomplish in high school. including one that would honor his late mother.
Right now, my mom has about 1,032 rebounds in her career. That's what she finished with in high school. She went here. Right now, I'm at 1,002. So, hopefully by Mohegan, I could break that record, and that'll be a special moment to me.
Well, Donovan Clingan on his way to UConn is 7 rebounds away from that elusive mark of his late mom, Stacy. We'll see if he can get that in the second half. To do it, he's going to have to go over the top of this guy. And, James Jones probably has a ceiling that is pretty high. And head coach Luke Riley says, sky's the limit for this young man.
James Jones is a special kid. One of our core principles is being selfless. And James is the type of person that, puts the needs of others before himself. And you notice that as a coach, and you notice what type of teammate he is. And getting to know him since he's been at East, I realize that's ingrained in his family. I know that he grew up going to New Britain Boys and Girls Club. His dad is the director of the New Britain Boys and Girls Club, and what they as a family and witnessed his dad do for others in the community, I think, has really rubbed off on him.
Definitely from my dad. He's a big influence in the community. A lot of people look up to him. Whenever kids have a problem, he's like the first person they ask, so I'm really inspired by my dad. Growing up was great. Everybody was there for me that was older. We don't have a lot of people that are on a bigger stage, but there's always people that are always gonna help the youth, and I really was inspired by that growing up.
I've seen him work with little kids at camps and make their day. I've seen him and the way people respond to him within his own community. When he's at the New Britain Boys and Girls Club and there's a fall league going on, and everybody knows him, and that's where he grew up.
Yeah, it's my whole childhood. That's where my basketball roots are really from, Boys and Girls Club. That's the first league I ever played in, Biddy basketball there with Coach Marco.
It's a little kind of neat for me, too, as a coach, because, 30 years ago, that fall league was going on at the same time. And, as a high school player myself, I spent a lot of time there, and I know what that organization has meant to that community over the years. And that kind of gets me a little more in tune with it. And to see James doing what he's doing and watch his dad doing what he's doing there, it's kind of special.
With those kind of roots, right, in New Britain, was it hard to come here? Was it a hard decision?
No, it was easy. Every time I went to Riley camp, all the people, the coaches, the counselors that were players at East were always selfless, always helping the kids. Coach Riley always helping the kids, so it's very easy.
He is the ultimate team first guy, and he epitomizes what it means for us as East Catholic to be selfless.
First family of New Britain sports, as James Jones says, hard-hitting New Britain. His dad, big role model, Uncle Tabucky. The kid raised in New Britain and plays with that toughness. And East Catholic's going to have to show more of that toughness if they're going to figure out the Clingan conundrum, the Donovan dilemma.
They're going to rotate a lot of bodies at him, and they've played hard, and they've played extremely hard here in the first half. And Clingan with 17 points and 19 rebounds. And you talked about him getting his taste. But Glasper's got a bite of the pie, too. He's got 13 points, and others have helped the cause for Bristol Central. It hasn't been a one-man show out there tonight for the Rams. Clingan's been effective, but you got guys out there springing three-pointers in the perimeter and the ball movement going. That's very, very tough to beat.
What I really like about Bristol Central is the leadership where everybody's content doing their job.
Yeah.
Victor Rosa, again, he's Connecticut Football Player of the Year. This is a guy who's used to the spotlight as far as he's used to being the man.
Yep.
Well, out here, he's a distributor. He's not, he knows that it's Clingan. He knows that it's Glasper. The other guys, Alsef and Rivora, just doing their part, chipping in a little bit. I like the mentality that Bristol Central approaches things with, and I see why Luke Riley loves this team, because I think about playing against anyone other than a kid like
There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of young kids that can really, really play. And the one thing about East Catholic, Casey, is you cannot question their effort.
No.
You can't do that. These kids play tough. They play hard. It's a program. It's a system. And, they're young. They're really, really young. But they're gonna pick some people off this year. I mean, it's tough to go against a 7-footer. We all know that. But East is good. I mean, they're so well disciplined, you know, on both ends of the floor.
What'll be interesting for Bristol Central is there's going to be a game when Klingon gets into foul trouble, or you know, someone finds a way and he just has a bad night. What does Bristol Central do then? Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half and just see how hard it is to keep him away from the basket.
Yeah, very tough. The drive and the kick and the three ball for the corner. That's East needs a little more of that, and then you see, Glassbar getting off a little bit from the three-point line, back-to-back threes, and then the big man gets a touch, and that's a good big. That's a little skyhook, a little Jabarish right there, and the block, the rejection, and then there's the ability to go out and knock down that 10-footer, and he'll do a lot more of that, in college. But his footwork, the drop step, good stuff. The hustle to play, that's a nice little putback right there.
Yeah, that was the end
by
of the first
Jones,
quarter
yeah.
by Jones, sure. But
And
that's
again,
really, Glasper's really the guy,
getting to the rim, and some good ball movement without the basketball on both ends, and there's a rejection right there, and then stare down. Not on my watch. But he is he's a fantastic player, and then from the corner from Alsef, you sprinkle 3 or 4 guys around the perimeter, knock down three-point shots. It's a very, very tough thing to defend.
I mean, he takes away the idea of scoring in the paint. He is so good and he's so long that he's able to commit to one defender and rotate back for that bounce pass on the weak side. So really, it's about kicking, right? So you got to have three-point shooters waiting for the kick. I like what East Catholic did early in that regard. Bristol Central tightened it up a little bit. But if you're going to make a game against Bristol Central, you're going to have to knock down threes, and you're going to have to work exceptionally hard at second chance points, as well as defense. You can't lose Glassbar.
No, 30 points combined, 17 for Klingon and 13 for Glassbar. So 30 out of the 36 points coming from 2 players.
And the thing about Glassbar is that he's such a good shooter that you can't leave him, but he's also able to get to the basket. So Glassper is really, if it weren't for Klingon, Glassper could be a 25-a-night guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm laughing about that. Riley leading the way with 9 for East Catholic, and Jones has 6 rebounds out there. So, you talked about James Jones and the big putback, 6'6", toting away on the boards for Luke Riley and the Eagles. You got the Rams versus the Eagles. That's a big matchup, isn't it?
Yes, could be the potential NFC. Now this is all about the number 1 and number 3 team in the state of Connecticut, and Bristol Central showing every reason why they are number 1 right now.
I want to see East Catholic has beaten Glastonbury and Middletown, and East is going to be a tough out. They're going to be a tough team.
I think East is going to be so much better at the end of the year too. Klingon, little jump hook, can't get it to go. Gets his other way. Rivora, no good. Klingon tips it to himself, and
he's getting undercut the whole way that time by Alan Wright, and that's a good call. Wright was just shoving him away from the basket underneath.
You got to like the effort. Klingon doesn't give up on anything, and he's very agile around the basket, able to keep plays alive. So even when you box him out, he's still able to put hands on the ball, tip it to his teammates.
That's one of those plays where a 7-footer's getting just ridden underneath from 5'11", Alan Wright. And I'm not too sure if the sports doctor wasn't 7 feet. He'd get a little frustrated on that.
Well, the sports doctor's more likely to be the guy doing the undercutting.
No, stop. I've never done it in my life.
He'd be right at his knees. Well, I don't mean on purpose. He'd just literally be right at his knees. Missed both, so empty trip from the foul line for Klingon. Oh, calling for it. Riley wanted it. He had a chance for the 3. Wright didn't see him. East Catholic needs a good first possession here. Get off a good shot. Wright. Now Jones swing, and not much there. Great defense early on from Central. Good look underneath, but you want no part of that. Catch and shoot. Riley, no good. Klingon with the rebound. Rosa, a little weave with Glasper. Alsef pressured, dumps it into Klingen. Spins baseline. No good, gets his own rebound, no good. Gets his own rebound again. You can't stop Dunham and Klingen around the basket.
He's got to send one of those in.
All the way to the basket, left hand is good. What a nice move, Alan Wright. We're gonna get an offensive foul.
That's gonna be on Glasper.
Yep, Glasper with a hand. Little shove, so Catholic will get the basketball.
A good officiated ball game too. Refs let these kids play a little bit.
That's a good crew on the floor.
Yeah, whistles in their pockets. They understand it. Two big-time schools here.
That was a good high-low. Jones with the catch, bounce pass to Elliott. But here, hearing footsteps, Elliott was looking for Klingen.
Yeah.
Ball goes off his hands.
Yeah, when you're trying to get the lead from 13 possibly down to 10 or 11, it's tough to turn the basketball over. Big pressure here by East.
Glasper, Rivora dumps it inside. Klingen's got good position, spins, middle, no good, follows, no good.
Oh, he's getting hammered too. He got guys all over him.
Riley, blocked. Klingen is frustrated, but he's also blaming himself. He's saying, I gotta make those. Tapping his chest, saying, that's me, that's on me. Right to inbound. Jones pump fakes, kicks. Riley drives and scores over the top of Klingen. Basket is good, and the foul and a little smack talk.
Yeah.
Luke Riley will go to the line. Basket was good. He went right at the big guy.
Boy, the commitment to get to the rim and take it right at the big fella. Makes this, we're down to a 10-point game.
East Catholic section giving an earful. Little trap, pressure. Alsef, Jones did a nice job coming over the top. All the way to the basket, Glasper no good, and there's a follow by Klingen.
East picking up the tempo on the offensive end.
Oh, rejection, but Wright can't get the putback. I don't envy Rob Elliott. He's had the unenviable task. Lob, Klingen, and he'll be fouled up at the rim. Elliott got his body and couldn't get it.
It was coming. It was coming. That's all it takes is a little leak out and a little head nod to the big fella to get to the rim. But East is being physical with him. They are not letting him have anything down low. They are pushing, shoving, whatever you can do.
Well, I think that's going to be what he sees a lot this year. I think teams are going to rotate guys in, foul them, and beat them up. And whatever. Anytime the officials don't call it, bonus. But I think this is going to be the rule against him. Going back to something we saw here, do you remember the strategy against Mikey Pacetto?
Yeah.
It was beat him senseless and hope you can wear him down. Well, that's what they're going to try to do with Klingen. And if you can have a possession with no call, so be it. Riley, nice job to the cutting Elliott. Reverse layup is good. East Catholic showing a little life. Klingen away from the basket. Instead, kicks out. Alsef for three, short.
Shooter's touch. Count the basket. And then a foul underneath. Looks like it's going to be on James Jones for a little chippiness. A little pushing and shoving.
So
that should be Bristol Central's ball underneath.
Basket's going to be...
Count the bucket. Jones gets his third personal foul. And it should be East ball on the baseline. I'm sorry, Bristol's ball.
And the crew got it right, just like the sports doctor dialed it up. Jones will head to the bench. Sanchez will come back in for East Catholic. Rosa dumps down to kick out Klingen. Glasper for three. No good. And there comes the rebound and the putback for the big guy.
Just like that, they push the lead to 16. 5-point trip that time for Bristol Central.
Oh, good look. Sanchez over the top of Klingon. Basket is good. And the foul. And Klingon says, I didn't touch him.
Be his third personal, too.
A very happy student section. East Catholic saying, get off the floor if you can.
You take him out of the game?
Why not? You got a 14-point lead. I'd give him a break. Not because of 3 fouls, just to give him a break. He's played every minute of every second of the game.
I don't know what they're discussing here. What are they talking about?
And Bristol Central.
I think Bristol Central called timeout.
They're going to put Julius Powell into the game, the junior. A lot of size for Powell too. Not like you're getting a lot, not like you're getting too much smaller. Let's find out what's going on.
Okay, guys, we got a good basket and a foul, and we have a double technical foul on number 10 from red, on number 10 from white, and number 32 from red. It's a double technical foul. They offset. We're going to the one shot, point of interruption.
There you go. There you go.
So double tech.
Yeah.
Rob Elliott for East Catholic and Klingon for Bristol Central.
Now, my only question is, with the technical foul, does that give Klingon 4?
So that would be both of their 4th foul.
Yeah, that'd be a 4th foul.
And I asked you earlier at halftime,
Yeah.
there's going to be a game when Klingon gets into foul trouble.
Right.
What's the response? Well,
we're about to see it.
We're going to find out because you got 4:20 left in the third. Sanchez at the line. East Catholic trying to get Fowler into the ball game, but they got to go back to the point. He's got to check in with the bench. There he goes. He checks in for Elliott. And Sanchez will shoot the bonus. Yeah, that's good.
And 13-point lead.
They'll keep
East
pressure.
trap, yeah.
Rosa and Riley. Rosa comes down to Rivora. Now let's see what Central runs without Klingon in the game. Alseth.
Tremendous ball pressure.
Kick out. Glasper for 3. Good.
Yep. Glasper from the corner. And right to the rim goes East. Without the big man there.
Rivora. Big rebound. Here comes Rosa the other direction. Great defense from Wright.
Yep. Now watch 5-second call here.
There's a trap. Weak side. Riley stepped in. What's the call? Out of bounds.
The foul's going to be called on Riley.
They called a foul on Riley.
Oh, boy, that was a bailout call right there because Rosa was in danger of getting a 5-second violation.
Dump down to Rivora. Spins. Blocked weak side by Fowler. Catholic looking to run. Right. Riley. Dump down to Fowler. Kick out to right. Zip pass. A lot of ball movement. Out of bounds. It'll stay East Catholic, but East Catholic got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, they've got some shooters freed up on the perimeter. Maybe went too many passes that time. Got a clean look. Let it rip. You're down by 16 with the big man on the bench. Now's your time to take advantage.
East Catholic having some problems inbounding. Riley, dump down, nice look. Basket's good from Fowler.
Coach Riley calls for pressure.
Great defense from Wright. Ahead it goes. And Sam Riley will knock it down. Off its turnover, lead cut to 12.
Watch out for the 5-second call again.
Glasper drives. Foul's going to be on the floor. That's going to go against Sam Riley as well, I believe. Nope, that foul is going to go on the other Riley. It's going to go on Luke Riley. Central ball underneath.
So you're going to have kids like Alsef and Glassbar step up with your big man on the bench. But East just tremendous ball pressure.
There's a steal from Fowler. And that's a bad mistake off of the foot of Riley out of bounds. So Fowler made a nice steal and threw it off the foot of his teammate, and so it'll go back to Central. Glasper drives baseline, kicks up top to Rosa. Again, baseline. Glasper hangs, blocked at the rim by Fowler. But a putback, Johnny on the spot, Julius Powell. Oh, Luke Riley fouled hard going to the basket. He'll shoot two.
Well, you're going to see East go to the rim. You know, with the big guy on the bench, that time a little head of steam that time for Luke Riley.
When did he come back in the game? Start of the fourth quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
And then you got to think that they got to keep going at him, right?
You have to. Yeah, I mean, you're going to, if you can sneak out of this quarter up 12 or up 14, you'll bring him back in to start the fourth quarter, you'll be all right.
Riley knocks the second one down. Catholic still pressuring.
But I'll tell you what, though, East Catholic makes these guards work every single time they bring the ball up the floor.
Glasper for three. No good. Oh, look at Rosa. Hustle. No finish. Fowler with the rebound. And again, same mistake as last time. Not looking up.
Yep.
Trying to get that pass to right and instead out of bounds.
The unforced error up the sidelines.
Those are two big possessions.
You know, I think in that kind of situation, maybe Easton's got to settle a little bit. Let's settle down. Let's get a good trip. We need to force.
Now, the question is, can Catholic get it to 10 by the end of this quarter? Or does it go up to 15? Glasper, step back, stop, pop, short. This time Jones has it. Jones, dish, Fowler, pull up, jump shot, no good from the, just down on the baseline. That's a good possession by East Catholic, empty trip though.
A lot of hand checking going on. A lot of hand checking by.
Oh, what a screen. An offensive foul on Rivora as he set a screen and hammered Sam Riley. And I don't think he did anything wrong, but Riley ran into a wall. Jones, elbow, jump shot, no good, rebound, Glasper. Up ahead, Rivora, and he's fouled hard by Fowler, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. And right now, our officiating crew needs to keep their eyes on this. It's getting a little physical.
Chippy, a little physical, a little too much hand checking on both ends of the floor. A little bit of talking going on out there between, you know, Riley and Alsef off the ball in the backcourt.
Carson Rivora misses the first one. I think we got some blood from Yeah, we do. Blood from Sam Riley. Sanchez comes into the ball game for East Catholic.
Come out of the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're efforting him a Band-Aid, but if he's bleeding, he's got to come out of the game. Aaron Brown's going to check in for Bristol Central. They'll give Rosa a rest.
Oh, he's got to come out.
And if that's the case, then East Catholic needs to put somebody on the floor.
Yeah.
And so Luke Riley will check back in. Ravora's second is good. 27 seconds remaining in the third period. Great look underneath, and Jones off a beautiful pass. Lead is 12.
Jones, the junior, 6'6", Casey going up and getting him, making a play at the rim.
Wright, great defense on the ball. He and Riley have been so tough. Glasper, pump fake at the buzzer. Got it! Oh, a dagger from Damian Glasper at the end of period 3 puts Central up 15.
Here you see it. Glasper rising up, drain it. Nothing but net.
Fourth quarter action to come. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
At Orthopedic Partners, exceptional care and treatment is our top priority. We provide high quality, state-of-the-art services and treatments for the comfort and satisfaction of our patients. If you have questions or would like to schedule an appointment, contact us today at 860-889-7345 or at orthopartners.com. All that's good begins with a smile, and your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing the personalized, gentle care you deserve. Commitment to our patients includes information that leads to more informed decisions about their oral health needs. We hope you'll find this website both useful and interesting. Contact us today at waterforddentalhealth.com. Hey, are you looking for a premier travel baseball organization? The Hartford-based Connecticut Capitals may be a great fit for you. We are a true baseball academy focusing on travel baseball, academics, performance training, and instruction. Check us out on Instagram at Connecticut Capitals Baseball or visit our website at www.ctcapsbaseball.com for more information.
We're about to start the fourth quarter here. 15-point Bristol Central lead, and East Catholic will have the basketball here to start quarter number 4.
That's the reason why they're at 15 with Glasper right there, draining the big three. His 19 points on the night. 43 points, 43 out of the 55 points between Klingon and Glasper. Casey, 7 different players scored for East Catholic in that third quarter, too.
Wright drives, pull up, short, out of the pack. Alsep with the basketball. 15-point lead. On the ball defense from Wright has been very good. Glasper, pump fake, stutters. Nice dish inside. And a foul of his own miss by Powell.
Yep. Powell working, doing big man's work down there, missing his free throw and coming right back, sticking with it.
Nice bounce pass from Morgan. Now Riley for 3, short. Back to Riley, drives baseline. And we're gonna get
a bump
on the baseline as he went to the basket. We're going to see Sam Riley and Rob Elliott check back into the ball game for East Catholic here in a moment.
Fouls on Alsep. His second personal, Casey. This lead has been extended to 17 points with your big man on the bench. Powell chipping in, giving good minutes. And Glasper has been solid all game long.
Yeah, Glasper's going to he could be a 20-point scorer, on any team. One more for Riley. Junior Luke Riley with the second. Knocks that one down as well. Pressure. East Catholic looking to trap.
Look at trap out of that man pressure, yes.
Rosa, nice athletic move. Rivera knocks down the 12-footer.
That's a good touch. A little touch pass from Rosa, and Rivera drains it.
Elliott gets the ball, high post, and overshoots right. And he's going to be fouled by Alsef.
Alsef does not like that call one bit.
I think he went over the top of him going for the ball. I mean, you can't run through the guy to get to the ball. But that will put right at the line.
All right, now let me ask you this. With Klingon on the bench, as long as he's been on, and lead up to 17, are these good minutes for Powell?
Yes.
Are these good minutes for the other players to figure things out
yes.
as a unit if he's not out there?
I mean, they have not lost a step with Klingon on the bench.
Right.
They've actually increased the lead with Klingon on the bench. So they're playing, excellent basketball without him, and you got to learn how to play without him on the floor. One more for Allen Wright. No good, and tipped around. Rebound comes down to Rosa. Up ahead, Glasper wisely pulls it out. Steal by Wright. There's numbers. Bounce pass. Intercepted by Rivera. He'll be fouled by Wright.
Sloppy, chippy, bodies hitting the floor.
And I believe we're going to be shooting a 1-and-1 here.
This has not been a clean basketball game here in the second half.
So Rivera will shoot 1-and-1. Knocks that one down.
Yeah, you talk about with your star player out of the game and who steps up and what's your new identity of the team. And, Glassbar, obviously Rivera's played pretty well here too, and Powell off the bench.
Riley, strong with the basket. Offensive foul. Alsef stood his ground, fired up after taking the charge.
Timeout, East Catholic.
6:18, 17-point lead. They'll have the basketball, and I guess the only question is, will Dunham and Klingon come back into this ball game, and we'll find out.
They've extended this lead without Klingon on the floor.
4-point extension. Now the question is, when do you bring him back in the game?
5 minutes. Or do you?
Yes, you definitely bring him back.
You bring him back in the game?
And the only reason you wouldn't bring him back in the game, would be if he was hurt. I mean, there's no reason, even with that big lead, to not bring him back in the game.
Right.
In a game like this, but now the Cotton Eye Joe combined with the Titantron, Jumbotron, and the Cotton Eye Joe sports.
Yeah, let's go. Get the crowd up. Cotton Eye Joe.
It amazes me too that you could have 30,000 or 30, and everyone looks surprised when they're up on the when they see themselves. They're surprised, like they found me.
Yeah. Good number to look at too. Rivera and Powell, 9 points since Klingon went to the bench. Talk about players stepping up. Who's going to fill some shoes? Who's going to grow into a role? My guy Jason Salvi doing stats.
You brought in the big guns?
He brought in the big Coast Guard account. Mikey D brought it back. Mikey D had the connections. I see.
Alsef, all the way to the basket.
Yeah, it's too easy. They beat the presser. They beat the press and the pressure with the over-the-top pass, and Alsef just took it coast to coast. That was too easy.
Lead up to 19. Sanchez underneath. Powell, reverse layup. No good. Nice rebound. Excuse me, Elliott with a miss. Powell with a rebound.
And Julius Powell's played some good minutes here in the second half. The active big fella around the rim.
Swinging around, Rosa. Drives, floater with the left hand off the bank, no good. There's Powell again, and he walks.
Travel that time, yeah. Put it back up, big fella.
Catch
You're
it.
right there, you're 4 feet. Catch it high, shoot it high. You got to touch.
Riley with the basketball to Jones. Jones pulls up, bounce pass underneath to Sanchez, pump fakes, and he'll go to the line and shoot two. Good work, Leandre Sanchez will be at the line, and on cue at 5:18, Klingon will be checking back into the ballgame. Coach tell him, just put your hands up, no fouls.
That's it.
So Klingon will come in, Powell will take a breathe. Good minutes from junior Julius Powell.
Powell with 4 points and 5 rebounds since Klingon left the game. That's productive.
Second one is good from Sanchez, and pressure from Catholic. And there's a steal and knocked out of bounds. Fowler, it'll stay Catholic ball. Excuse me, Bristol Central. Off of Fowler. And Rivera underneath. Will inbound. High lob it goes to Klingon. He puts it to the floor. He wants it back. He's been out a while. There he goes up and throws it down with authority.
Send it in, big fella. The spin, the turn. Welcome back to the game.
That's a frustration. I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
And avoids the foul.
Yeah,
And it's a nice job by
yes.
Sanchez.
East looking to trap.
Nice job, Rivera. Rosa dumps down, Klingon steps over the top. Good defense by Sanchez. Klingon kind of didn't want to draw contact. And Klingon intercepts the pass. Up ahead, Glasper to Alsef. Misses the layup, and coming the other way is Riley.
And Alsef just picks his pocket. He's hurt.
And he got a calf cramp, I believe.
Yeah.
He cramped right up, so we're going to get a sub in, and into the ball game will be Treshawn Blair.
You ever have that happen? With a calf cramp like that, almost a couple times a day, maybe?
I would.
On a golf course or something like that?
No, but when I was younger, back in my 20s,
Long
I
time
would
ago.
I would wake up in the middle of the night with calf cramps.
Yeah.
And those things, I mean, you go to the ground, you can't breathe. Those things can hurt. You got a big knot in your calf.
Drink a lot of water.
Bananas. Need a banana.
Eat a banana, potassium. Yeah.
4:17, 64-46, Bristol Central on top.
Hey, how you doing?
Wouldn't it be something? He only needs 2 more rebounds. Are we going to get him?
Yeah, I would think so, right?
Thing is that Catholic's going to the basket trying to get him out of the game. So his chance at rebounds aren't there. We'll come back on here.
An 18-point lead with 4:17 left to go. Bristol Central trying to hang on to that #1 team in the state ranking.
Catholic up ahead it goes. Rosa ahead of the pack. And that's a nice way to break the press.
Oh, touchdown play.
The quarterback on the receiving end. In the corner it goes. Morgan for 3. No good. Nice rebound underneath. And Rivera comes up with it for Bristol Central. And a kick, it'll stay with the Rams. .353 and a 20-point lead for Bristol Central. Team Riley. Coach Luke Riley trying to figure out what's next for his group. I don't think they played bad.
No. A little nickel dimer on the outside. A cheapie. Dave Cruz, a 20-point game with 3:43 left. It's a little play on. Let it go.
So Klingon will go to the line.
A little loose change out there.
Klingon,
a little nickel dimer.
And the way he's shooting free throws, by the way, I mean, you got to get him to the line, right? Right now he's struggling at the line.
Hackadonovan?
Hackadon. He's got too good a touch, though, for that to be a long-term thing.
Put the whistles in the pocket here. We have 3:30 left to go. 20-point lead.
Blocked by Klingon. Right, drives right at him again. And Riley, and gives it up to Jones.
And a timeout by East.
19-point lead for Bristol Central. And we'll see what Central comes out of the timeout.
So with this, with this big fella going to UConn next year, and I had a chance to go see UConn play Providence, and we'll talk a little bit about UConn basketball, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Very good, very athletic. Can't really find a player to score for them, and they've got a young kid in Hawkins who's a freshman who's just not ready. And they play against Providence. Listen, that's a huge game, Big East game, back in the Big East, PC. Saturday afternoon, 5 o'clock. Great crowd, sold out crowd, Casey. 16,000. And, UConn's hurt a little bit right now, but first of all, I like Danny Hurley. I like the energy. Crowd was into it. Providence was just a little too good. PC's good. PC played a tough physical game.
Our own Mike DeMoro says that Donovan Klingon will be the face of UConn basketball in a couple of years. Yeah. So I think that's the thing to look at. What does he do for that team moving in? All right, coming out of the timeout, 3.5 minutes remaining, 19-point lead for Bristol Central. Happy group of Rams right now. They'll have the basketball. Up top, Klingon. He gives it to Glasper, and great on-ball defense. Riley's been very tough on Glasper all night long. A lot of hand
checking. My goodness.
And a 10-second violation. They're letting Riley get away with a lot of stuff.
God. A lot of hand checking. He's almost like a shepherd out there, moving his herd.
Up top, Jones for three. No good. And Klingon with the rebound. One away from tying the record.
Again, a lot of hands-on.
Nice pass from Klingon underneath. Basket by Rivera. Good, and the foul.
Rivera at the rim on the back end. Big-time ball game. Send it in off the right block, Casey. Lead goes to 21 for Bristol Central.
Knocks it down. Riley, pull-up, shot, no good. Rebound, Rosa. Lob inside, Klingon. And an easy dunk for Donovan Klingon. Riley pulls up, short, and there it is. I believe that counts the rebound, or is that a loose ball? No rebound for Klingon on that. And we're going to get a foul, offensive foul called against, no, they're going to call it against.
It's Glasper.
Glasper going to the basket. Klingon needs one more rebound to join his mother in the annals of Bristol Central rebounding fame. And not when Wright knocks it down like that. Up ahead, Rivora.
Is he one more to tie?
One more, tie. He's tied now, he needs one more to finish. And there it is, offensive rebound, he'll go to the line.
With that rebound, Donovan Klingon has just set the Bristol Central career rebounding record.
Round of applause for Donovan Klingon.
There you go, 1,033, right there for the big fella.
Nice ovation from the crowd, recognizing Donovan Klingon has passed his late mother, Stacy, as the all-time leading rebounder in Bristol Central history. And we'll get a couple subs into the ball game. Mason Stokes into the ball game. Jason Van Beveren into the ball game.
Rosa sits, he played a good ball game tonight. Victor Rosa, the leader.
Missed 2 free throws there for Klingon. Jones for 3, short. That's a great job. I got to give Mason Stokes credit. He boxed out Jones, let the ball go out of bounds. Van Beveren will inbound. Up top it goes to Klingon. Back to Van Beveren, and they'll break the pressure that way. Gotta be careful here. Nice job stepping in by Elliott, and out of bounds it will go, and it'll stay with Bristol Central in their 22-point lead. Blair and Glasper and Bristol Central will take some air out of it. Inside it goes, Klingon, pump fake, drop step, left hand is no good. Rebound, Elliott.
I think he'd tell you he's frustrated tonight with himself a little bit too. He's missed some easy shots. He's had some guys hanging all over him, but I think he'd probably tell you he left at least 5 or 6 chippies out there. And it's tough, you know, when you got guys hanging all over you trip after trip, you get a little tired.
A reverse block, and Catholic will come the other way. Wright fouled as he goes to the basket, and he'll shoot 2. So Alan Wright will shoot 2, and we'll get some subs into the ball game as the benches will start to empty, and I think that's going to be the end of our time with Donovan Klingon here. Wright will shoot 2. So we're going to get Aaron Brown back into the ball game, and Jelani Walton will get into the ball game, as well as
J.J. Hay.
My guy, J.J. Hay, former NFA, brother of Nick.
There he is.
Put back in the rebound from Hay, and also into the ball game, Zachary Vaness for Bristol Central. At the line, it's not Hey JJ, but it's JJ Hay.
Yeah.
Mason Cottrell will come into the ball game, replacing Rob Elliott. One more for Hay. You like coming in the game cold and knock down a couple of free throws.
There you go. Shooter shoots case. You gotta know that. Look at East still bringing the pressure. Doesn't matter if there's 20 minutes or 20 seconds left to go in the game. Dave will bring it.
And you gotta pay attention. Hay with the steal. Up ahead to Riley. He'll finish at the basket. That time, Central's able to break the pressure. turning it a little bit ugly here.
Yeah.
And a block at the rim.
Garbage
Basket
time.
follow-up is good, and the foul. Mason Stokes. And he is stoked as he goes to the line for the bonus. Stokes with the extra. Back iron, no good. Morgan will come out the other side for East Catholic. Riley drives baseline, hangs in the air, and knocks down the jump shot. Luke Riley. Stokes, and that'll do it. Your final score, 74-59. Bristol Central with a decisive victory over the East Catholic Eagles as they stay undefeated and #1. And the sports doctor will have Bristol Central coach Tim Barrett, as well as the Waterford Dental Health player of the game. And as good as Damian Glasper played, the Waterford Dental Health player of the game is simply Donovan. Points, rebounds, blocks, and an impact on the game that is difficult to put into words. He is, I said it earlier, he is 7 feet of misery for opponents. Sports doctors getting the Bristol Central Rams, the #1 team in the state of Connecticut. They stay undefeated. Sports doctors with Coach Tim Barrett.
Well, Tim, a hard-fought win here tonight. First of all, if you could talk about actually extending the lead with your star player on the bench and what that meant to see other guys step up and fill roles.
I tell you, Julius Powell did a hell of a job for us tonight. Filled in 7 big minutes right there. Donovan picked up that 4th. And, last time we were in this situation last year as juniors, we would lose that lead. This time we actually extended it. Can't be prouder of my guys. My guards really took control in that 7-minute stretch when he was out. And, we a total team win tonight.
I know it's a different season, but talk about the effects from last year heading into tonight's game. Was that talked about before the game, or is it a different season, different time and place?
We knew they were going to come out wanting to beat us. We were the last team to beat them. But I can also tell you that at halftime we wrote 0-0 on the scoreboard, and we won this half by 2 as well. I told them we got to win the second half. You can't lose the game. You win both halves.
Right. You're a big guy. He accomplished a big thing tonight, the rebounding record. Talk about what he's meant to this program over the last 4 years.
I can start with the funny part. If he had made his layups, he would have got all his rebounds tonight. But with that being said, to break a record is one thing. To break your mother's record, it really leaves me speechless. I can't be prouder of the work he's put in, and I mean that. All right? Stacy shining down on anybody. She can't be prouder.
Well, he's our Waterford Dental Health player of the game. He's Donovan Klingon. Forget the points, forget everything else. Talk about that rebounding record, son.
It feels great to be able to be up there with my mom. She motivates me every day to play this sport and, work on my game to make it to the next level. Just to be up there next to her and past her just means a lot to me.
Now, you're going to see 2 and 3 bodies at you every single time down the floor on the offensive end. Do you get frustrated at all out there?
I get frustrated, but I try not to show it and not let it get to my head. I just try to play my game, find open teammates, score buckets when I can, and just win games. That's what it's all about.
Well, your teammates were knocking down some 3-pointers out there tonight, too. That's got to help you maneuver down low with some room as well.
Yeah, Damian Glasper came up big tonight, hit a bunch of threes, had a lot of points, which expanded the floor for me, giving me open looks and, have other people cutting off me, finding Carson a couple of times, Damian out for 3-point shots. It was just a lot of ball movement tonight and a lot of playing together, which is about it's all about.
All right, good stuff. A happy group of Rams tonight as they are victorious here at the Mohegan Sun.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. The Waterford Dental Health player of the game, Donovan Klingon, 29 points, 17 rebounds, putting himself into the all-time Bristol Central rebounding lead ahead of his late mother, Stacy. Nice moment. You saw the emotion from head coach Tim Barrett. Glasper with 19 points, like he said, an important offensive effort. And early on, it was pretty clear that Glasper was the guy that was going to try to step up as the second offensive player, but Klingen is just such an impactful player. It's hard to maneuver around him. You kick it out, you get open threes like that one, and a little lucky roll from Alsef, but keeping that guy off the boards is a near impossibility. He's a disruptive force on both ends. They tried to get to it. Sanchez there with the one, and ultimately too many three-pointers from Glasper. Trying to stay in it with him out of the game. East Catholic tried to get to the rim and turn up the pressure, and Riley there with the layup. But ultimately, it was Glasper.
Glasper at the end of the quarter right there with a big shot, huh?
And as we went into the fourth quarter, we thought, Klingen would get in eventually and get his rebounds. And he came in right away and ripped down the rim with a rim rocker. Got himself back in it. Nice feed to Rivora. Does a little bit of everything. Got the lob and the throwdown late. And finally, that 17th rebound, and he vaults himself in. So, Bristol Central was everything that we thought they were going to be. And I think East Catholic's a very good team.
Good team.
And we're going to see them again moving forward.
Yeah, good team. Good ball game here tonight. A little sloppy down the stretch, but this is what you get on this big stage in the state. And East will figure it out down the stretch. And I think Bristol Central is poised to have a really good season.
Well, the first ever Day Holiday Classic is in the books. I want to thank everybody who contributed to the success of tonight. Thank you to the Mohegan Sun. Thank you to everybody, all the sponsors and all the crew. It was a beautiful night. Waterford High School and Bristol Central are the inaugural winners of the first ever Day Holiday Classic here at the Mohegan Sun. Game day will be back in the new year. 2022 is on its way, and we will be with you. Until then, happy holidays, everybody. Be safe. For the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, Peter Wappy, Mike DeMoro, and all of the crew here at the Day, good night, everybody.
At the Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.